We're looking at a sign here, stay alert, don't get hurt. And that's pretty obvious when you're working on a train, but that's kind of something to remind us, I guess. It's December, and it's the early part of the month, and MP's, and it's second weekend, and we're in here in the shop, and it's late at night. Well, it's about 7 o'clock, which is pretty late to be working in here. I'm the last one in here right now. Kevin went out front to go turn on the lights, and I'm here to show you what's going on. Basically this, the siphons are here. They're in a few pieces. This is one of the siphons, and this is another one. It's already being drilled out. We got this one side, we got 2 rows down this side. I've had a couple of drill bits into them. They got a couple more to go. But we're gonna finish these holes off here first, and then we're gonna switch drill bits. So that's how we're going about them. Doing one drill bit at a time down each part and seeing how that goes. Trying to keep it as clean as possible. I had to help Kevin here try and get as much of these shavings out of his way as possible. But yeah, once this side's done, it's gotta be flipped over and get the other side here, and then we gotta do the other siphon. So some work to do. Not as bad as doing the whole inside of the firebox, the whole firebox sheet. It's probably tantamount to 1 sheet. But smaller stables go in here, and if you can see right here, this thing, the spacer, is what's keeping it aligned and keeps it from sagging. So it's the correct. There's some down here too. Both of them have them, and those will be cut out once some of the stables are put in. Here's the 1225. We painted part of the back head black, pretty much most of the whole thing. And we got some brackets up there that were sandblasted, and you remember seeing the reverser one, which is just below that light. Now we got the throttle bracket up there, and we also have the bracket that holds the doors on for the firebox door. Yeah, so get around this bench here. But yeah, that's in there now. So now we've got something to hang the doors on. That's the same one that you saw covered up over there a couple months ago. It's now back on there. That thing with the bucket over that is the outlet for the safety whistle for the water alarm. And that's being done. They're still trying to put as many of the flexible stables in as possible. They've been trying to get it cleaned up in there and had them all done. They're actually trying to. It's the worst part is trying to get the caps welded around them. That's probably what takes them the most time. But hopefully, in the next couple of months, they'll be ready for a steam test. We'll try and get video for that. Not sure if it'll actually be tested because we've got some other work to do, which we're trying to get ahead of right now. But here's another good thing is we finally got the sandbox back on. And I guess they just did that yesterday. They had the locomotive moved up front. So if you were here yesterday, that was something else because they moved up there and they had the excavator lift the sand dome back on top. The sand dome was just sandblasted this past weekend and primered. So now the engine's gone from black and gray to also some red on there. It won't be all those colors for long. It'll just be black soon. Try and get up there and show you because the hatch covers have been removed, and I'll show you up in there soon. Now, here are the rods on the fireman's side, all finished up. They've all been and got the protective coating put on there. It's a different one from last time. This stuff should be easier to remove. Had to take some mineral spirits and clean it off last time. That's how we got it all shined again. And then we put this stuff on it. There's another protective coating. And it's pretty slimy, easy to move about, and pretty easy to do. So all the rods are out now on this side, and they said moving it up front it finally broke free, and all the bearings are finally loose again, at least part of it, and it's because it finally got moved somewhere further than just a couple 100 feet. and what it's been doing in the past 2 years. So that's a good thing. Now this side's all back together. Now the thing is, we had to get this get the piston rod shined up, so that way it remains clean, and the chrome over it should protect it. So we didn't want any dirt or any of this on it. That way it keeps its shine. I also had to do the small valve up here and get that done. Once you put the mineral spirits in it, you're wearing gloves. Like I had these gloves on over here. Just, your regular box of latex gloves. Well, the thing is, the mineral spirits that you're using to clean off the rods will eat through it. And so eventually your fingers get slimed anyway if you have them on too long, and your fingers get soft because it's wearing away at everything on there. So yeah, protective gloves is fine, but you gotta remember the gloves won't last long. Don't bring your best pair of gloves to do this with. But yeah, so now if we need to oil it, we can, but it should stay shine like that, and we'll be able to move it in and out no problem. Both sides here. I also had to do the other side tonight and get that done. I took a vacuum and cleaned off all along the side here. Now that he's done, shining it up and getting it done, trying to remove some of the rust bits that were left behind. I even got some on the injector down there. Tried to clean that off. That thing's going to need a total repaint with all the slag that's been falling on it. A lot of it's going to need a lot of the stuff on the bottom is going to need to be repainted. But I also got some in here on the little channel that comes down from the air tanks, and also under the pilot. The pilot actually has another beam in the back here that holds it together and keeps it stable, so it's pretty strong if it hits something. But the thing is, it had chunks of coal and rock under there. I don't know, it must have ran through a pile that was higher than the track or something. It probably had to be recently. I'm not sure, but see there's the holes underneath the grill part here aren't very big, so I don't know. They've been there for a while. I wouldn't be surprised if they've been there since it was retired, but it's been painted since then. I don't know. But yeah, I took the shop vac and removed most of that stuff, so now it's clean under there too. Really want to get on the other side there and get that cleaned as well. But we're working our way on it. Before we lifted the sand dome up there, I had to primer that last bit up to the stable. It's on the firebox. And as you can see, some of them on this side are already capped. So this side's getting done a little bit faster in some places, but where the scaffolding is there, where they split apart at the ladder, is where they're having trouble because some of the lines, they had to move the lines down the other day. I guess they knew that was going to happen because they needed to move it out of the building, so they were tied off onto the rafters. So this part hasn't really moved along as fast this week, so the other side's caught up. But we really need to get this part primed, but with all the scaffolding in the way, we can't do that because they've been putting the caps on. So hopefully once they get those on there, we can get that done. But yeah, I primered this part last week, and they've stuck the black paint on there. And once they sandblasted that and primered the sandbox, they dropped down with the excavator, and it's ready to be bolted back on. And hopefully we get the cab on in the next couple months. That's outside. It's too dark to show you now. We got the turntable lights on out there, but you probably won't be able to see it too well. I'll try and get it maybe later this month or whenever we start to work on it, which hopefully will be this month. But not much is going on inside since they're just working inside the firebox right now. I was told by one of the viewers, I think it was Steam Lover 1977, that I need to be careful up here. Well, yeah, thanks. I'm glad someone's concerned. Tried to be as careful as possible. I mean, in this business, danger's around every corner, so I try and not do anything too stupid You can't afford to in this business. But that's why I put the camera down when I went into the steam dome. So, thanks for having the best intentions for me. Glad someone's watching. Yeah, so here's what we need to do. We need to bolt these on here, and I think the jacket actually goes over them where it covers the whole boiler, but we probably need to have it fastened down for now until we get that done, but we'll probably paint it black first, I think. But yeah, these are the spouts where the sand is squirted out at. There's a little squirting device at the bottom down by the wheels if you watch the videos from earlier where I'm down there and we point out the squirters, but yeah, the air actually comes through here and pushes the sand down. Sand is piling up in here. I can show you. Now that the hatch covers are off, see in there, it holds about, I think it said 3 tons of sand can actually be held in this thing. But you can see the curve there where it's supposed to meet the top of the boiler. So it does hold a lot of sand. This is probably one of the bigger sandboxes you can get, other than, on like an articulator where it has 2 of these on there.